Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are today. Today is officially my 40th birthday, and what I wanted to gift you today is the 5 things that I have learned that have dramatically changed my life while here on planet Earth, and we are starting right now. One of the first things that has dramatically changed the way that I operate in my life is this idea of you never regret doing the right thing. Years ago, probably 23 years ago, I played soccer in high school, and we would do these team motivational quote evenings where we would carb load, get all excited for the big game. But I remember getting this card that read those words, you never regret doing the right thing. And it really stuck with me. The things that are the most simple are the things that we remember. They're the most impactful. So if there's something that I could give to you to help you with whether we go left or we go right, when you have those moments or choices where there's that fork in the road, maybe you have something right now, you have a big decision to make. And how we make that decision is going right into the feeling. How does it feel? The right choice is going to make you feel a totally different way than the wrong choice. And so when you're up against that decision, what is the right choice? A lot of times we like to cop out and say things like, oh, I don't know. But we know because it feels right. It feels right to do it. It may feel scary. It may feel hard. Maybe you're thinking about breaking up with somebody. Maybe you're thinking about reaching out to somebody. Maybe you're thinking about having an honesty conversation with somebody, and it feels right to do it, but you're still scared or feeling insecure. But the more that you move through that and you do that and you make the right choice, the less regret you're going to have in your life, and the happier you'll be, feeling more fulfilled because you are living your life on your terms. So the second thing that I'm talking about today, I probably will continue to geek out about for the rest of my life because I think it's the most important thing that maybe any of us could learn. And that is that you are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are not your ego. All this stuff, all this mind chatter that we attach ourselves to and think that we're that we're those thoughts. No, all of that is your programming. When you first came to planet Earth, you didn't have those thoughts. You didn't have that ego. You didn't have those insecurities. You didn't have all that anxiety in your body. How many babies do you know with anxiety? None. So where did we get it? We got it through life experiences, mostly negative from our childhood, but could have been when you were a teen, could have been last week. It's programming. It's our mind that tells us what we're supposed to think and feel, and it keeps us trapped in this story that isn't even who we are. But think of how many people go their whole lives believing the thoughts that are in their head, that that's actually who they are, that they don't realize that they're separate. You're a spirit, you're a soul, you're over here, your body's here, and it gets put in. And your mind begins to be programmed. And what happens is who you really are is constantly trying to speak your truth. And this programming is constantly trying to push you down. But you are not this. And the more that you separate it and look at your thoughts and your minds from an outside perspective, that it's not even you, all of a sudden you're free. You can feel confident knowing that you're not your circumstances. You're not your anxiety. When we own all of that, it runs us, it makes us miserable. But the moment we step outside of it and get curious, why am I thinking this way? Why do I even feel anxious? I wasn't born anxious. That's not who I actually am, but somehow I'm allowing this to run my life. Once you start to realize that it's not who you actually are, all of that starts to dissolve, and it doesn't have the weight and the control over your life that it once had. The third thing that I wanted to share with you today is to put you first. It's not selfish, it's self-care. And there's so many times that I see women who, when I ask them, would you allow your daughter to date that guy? Would you allow that bad behavior to be done to your daughter? And immediately it's an absolutely not. But somehow it's okay for them to take on the toxic relationship, the bad behavior. For me, I've learned a lot of self-care over the years as a mom of 5 kids. Whenever I find that I put myself first, I'm a better mom, I'm a better wife, I'm better at living life because I'm well rested, I'm well fed, I'm getting me time, alone time, good book reading time. So where in your life right now could you be implementing a little more self-care? Where in your life are you struggling because you're putting up with behavior or circumstances that you wouldn't allow a loved one to put up with? And how can you change that today and realize that it's not about being selfish or being a good person to put yourself on the back burner, but to be your very best self, you put you first. Number 4, some of these are just cracking me up because it's taken me a long time to figure some of these out. Number 4 is time does not change you. I had this delusional idea when I was younger that I would just turn out like my mom. I would be patient and well-behaved because that is what you do when you're older. When you become a mom, all of a sudden you just acquire all of these skills that my mother was blessed with that I was not. After 5 kids, by this 5th one, I'm finally starting to get that patience down, but it's taken me a long time, and it wasn't the time, but the work that went into it. We all kind of, I think in our own ways, kind of think that someday my bank account will be fat. Someday I will meet just the right person. Someday I won't have anxiety anymore. Someday I'm going to be a great public speaker. A lot of those were mine. It's taken me a while to be able to speak in public and not have that anxiety. It's taken me a long time to dissolve anxiety. I had anxiety for years going to bed at night. My head would race. I would feel kind of I don't know, icky at night. Do you ever feel icky at night? Somewhere around sunset, all of a sudden, nothing is really exciting in your life. You're questioning, who am I? I don't even know what I'm doing. But over time and through a lot of different processes and coaching, I've been able to dissolve that. But it wasn't with time. Time isn't going to change anything for you. If anything, time comes calling. And if you haven't done the work, it just gets worse. It rarely gets better. The only time that I will say time heals is if you're in a position right now where you've just gotten out of a relationship. You're feeling heartbroken. You've lost somebody. That is when time mends. That is when time heals. But our regular day life struggles, time will not fix it. We have to fix it. We have to decide that enough is enough and enough is right now. Number 5, I have been cracking myself up of these 5 different things that I've learned before I was 40. I wish that I would have learned them years ago. Number 5 is that the best things in life take hard work, money, and getting out of your comfort zone. Hard work, I have never regretted the service that I've given over the years. I think back at those moments where I probably in the time was wanting to resist it, didn't want to do it, was, oh, I don't really have time to do it. But then I went ahead and I did it. And those are the things that I cherish most, that were some of the happiest times for me, was serving others and the hard work of raising 5 kids, being pregnant, sleepless nights, learning how to handle emotions as they come up. But those have been the most treasured moments of my life. Money has played a big part in investing in myself. I've invested in coaches and programs where I felt very uncomfortable spending that level of money on myself. But after doing so and doing the hard work of going through the programs and understanding myself better, I would never take that back. It has been some of the best times of my life. And the last one is getting out of my comfort zone. I truly believe that we are here for progression. We're here to grow. We're here to strengthen our spirits. And the only way that we can do that is with tension, is with getting out of our comfort zone, doing things that we don't feel like doing in the moment, or we're afraid, or we're insecure, and just going for it. What are the things that you've always wanted to do, but you stay in that comfort circle? What are the things that you haven't regretted because you put the hard work in, because you invested in yourself? If you're ready to invest in yourself right now, I would love to work with you in creating the life that you've always wanted with the person that you've always wanted. Maybe you're killing it in your career. Maybe you're killing it with friends and with your lifestyle, but you're feeling unfulfilled because you're looking for that person. And we both know that you could do life on your own. We know that you could do life on your own. And from the outside, everybody thinks that you're happy and that you are doing life on your own. But inside, you really would like to have that person. But because of past relationships, you don't trust yourself to pick the next one. And there is a very good reason for that. And I would love to talk more about that with you on a discovery call, which you can book with me at www.kelliehatch.com. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed my 5 things that I've learned before the age of 40. And as a special birthday gift to me, if you wouldn't mind subscribing so that we can hang out every Thursday when I drop new fabulous videos just like this one. And if you like today's video, I'd love to know what's the #1 thing that you have learned that has been greatly impactful in your life while you've been here on planet Earth. Thank you so much for watching. But if you want the fun to continue, I highly recommend that you check out my video, Stop People Pleasing to Get the Relationship That You Want, so that we can start ramping up that self-care today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next Thursday.